What's up, guys? My name is Diana Koulian. I am the recipe hacker and the co-founder of Truly Nutrition. Guys, it's summertime here, and I don't know about you, but I do not love turning my oven on to make cookies or to make treats when it's so hot in the summer. So today what I want to share with you is this awesome recipe. It's very simple for no-bake peanut butter protein cookies. So guys, we can get those treats that we want. Guys, there is no sugar. There's some healthy carbs in here, some healthy fats, and of course, that muscle supporting, muscle building protein so it can power us through our day. And guys, best of all, the kids love these cookies. They don't know that there's no sugar. They don't realize that it's full of this really healthy protein. All they know is that it tastes like a delicious peanut butter cookie. So guys, if you're not into peanut butter, you can definitely do any other kind of nut or seed butter to mix it up. But check it out. It's really simple. It's almost fudge-like. But guys, let's get right into this recipe because I know you're dying to make this yourself. And what's so cool about this is there's very few ingredients. It's a very simple one. My son, who's almost 16, was eating some of these last night. And I was like, buddy, this recipe is so simple, you could actually make it. So I think we're gonna have a little lesson. I'm gonna teach him how to make it at home. And guys, really, I'm just excited to share this with you. Okay, the first ingredient is 3/4 of a cup of White Lily's chocolate chips. Guys, you know I'm obsessed with this brand. I'm gonna stick it right in our pot here, which is a little bit warmed up already. Guys, this brand of chocolate chips, Lily's, it comes in different flavors and they sweeten it with stevia. So guys, there isn't any sugar. However, it has that same flavor that you're looking for, and it has that same sweetness for your palate. So it's pretty exciting. All of us who love to bake and who just love to make treats, like this is a game changer. So guys, it was a 3/4 of a cup, which is about half a bag of Lily's white chocolate chips. We're putting it on the stove top. So I've got this skillet here, and we're gonna melt it down. Okay, second ingredient, so that was 3/4 of a cup of the Lily's white chips. Second ingredient is 3/4 of a cup of natural peanut butter. So guys, be really careful when you're buying your peanut butter to make sure that you're not buying peanut butter that is just full of sugar, right? So many of the popular peanut butter brands put sugar. Some of them even put corn syrup into this peanut butter. Obviously, because if it's sweeter, your kids are gonna like it more, you're gonna buy it. However, that is not what we want in our cookies. Guys, I have this on really low heat, and you could put it in a skillet with water, actually, if you wanna do that, just to make sure that you're not burning the white chocolate, but you can see it's melting down very quickly. And the idea here is really just for the chips to melt all the way and for the peanut butter to melt. And so really now I'm taking it off the heat because our chocolate is pretty much melted. There's just some little lumps in there. So we're just gonna mix it off heat until we can kind of get these lumps to go away. Now, you don't really need all the lumps to go away because really these lumps are little pieces of white chocolate. So really, you can have little pieces of white chocolate in your cookies and it's still gonna taste awesome. The main thing here, guys, is really just making sure not to burn your chocolate. So if you feel like it's really melting nicely, pulling it off heat and then just spending some time mixing it is the right move to make. Okay, guys, I'm gonna turn this heat off because we have done it. Let me show you here. That is how nice and melted and runny it all is. Guys, making your own peanut butter at home is so simple. I always talk about this because I actually do it quite often. If you have a food processor, all you need is peanuts, and I always like roast them a little bit in the oven. You fire all the peanuts into your food processor with a couple scoops of Truly protein and a little bit of salt, and you just blend it until it's smooth. And guys, that's the way to know that you really have a natural, high quality peanut butter, and then just keep it in the fridge. And then when you go to make a peanut butter treat like this, when you're using that peanut butter that you made, like you know without a shadow of doubt, there's nothing artificial in it. There's nothing harmful. There's no added sugars. And even if you like, or your kids like your peanut butter to have a little sweetness, you have the ability to add in some raw honey, or to add in a little bit of Swerve, or even just adding in the protein. You're adding some sweetness without adding harmful sugars. Okay, guys, this is perfect. It's all melted down. So now what we're gonna add is the next ingredient, which is 1 cup of rolled oats. So guys, I love using rolled oats because we know this is a healthy, complex carb that is actual usable fuel, right? So many cookie recipes just have highly processed ingredients that really just kind of give you a sugar crash, but they're not really giving you any usable fuel to really power your day. And so we know that these rolled oats, it's a great complex carb. It's an awesome way to get some energy in your day. Why not make cookies with them? Okay, guys, now we're gonna have 1 cup of unsweetened shredded coconut. So I got the finely shredded coconut. We're gonna mix that in with the peanut butter, the melted lilies, and the rolled oats. Making cookies doesn't get easier than this, guys. You know, we did have the stove on for a minute, but we are not gonna turn our oven on. Okay, next ingredient, we're almost done with the ingredients, is 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. So we know with our desserts, I tell you this every time, you gotta add a little bit of that sea salt to really help the sweetness pop. Okay, we have 1 ingredient left. Okay, so guys, at this point, we wanna make sure that our cookie dough is not too warm before we add the protein powder. So I'm just sort of touching it to the touch right now. It's warm, but it's not hot, right? A little bit earlier when we melted down the chocolate, we melted down the peanut butter and it was hot. If we had just added our protein in, we could have some issues with the texture. But now that it's cooled down, it's off heat here. We have 2 scoops. Oh, this is one of my favorite proteins. This is our chocolate peanut butter cup premium whey protein. And guys, it's the perfect flavor to add into this peanut butter cookie. We're doing 2 full scoops. So a scoop has 24 grams of protein. So we're adding 48 grams of protein in here, guys. This is high quality protein. This whey protein is from grass-fed cows. They have no hormones. Like, you guys know that the ingredients that we put in our products are very high quality, which comes out in the flavor. And it matters when you're eating cookies. You want your cookies to taste good. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna mix this protein powder in kind of little by little. And at this point, it's really becoming like a cookie dough. So we're really just trying to incorporate the powder into the cookie dough. This is a fun one to do with the kids. Like I said, I'm gonna have my 16-year-old son make these. I'm excited to see. I know he can do it. We've mastered like making rice and a few Instant Pot dinner recipes. So yeah, this will be an exciting one for him to try. And guys, really it's just working the protein powder in to the cookie dough here. I was thinking, so this is just my second time making this recipe, but I was thinking that this would be a fun one to mix other things in. So like if you like raisins, or if you like the Lily's chips come in like the dark chocolate, mixing a handful of the dark chocolate in here would be really cool. But I feel like this recipe, there's a lot that you could do with it. And even the flavor of protein, like I was just thinking you could do almond butter, and then the frosted vanilla cake whey protein, and then add in a little bit of cinnamon and some raisins. And then you would have almost like a no-bake oatmeal raisin cookie. That would be a really good one. All right, guys, just working the rest of the protein in. And you know, when I make protein treats, I don't like it when recipes, they call themselves protein, but they add like 2 tablespoons of protein powder, which doesn't really have a big impact on the actual number of grams of protein per cookie. That's why my recipes, you'll see, like I'm generous with the amount of protein that we put in here because we really want it to make an impact on the nutrition of the cookies. So 2 full scoops of protein powder is what we're able to get in here. All right, we're just finishing up incorporating it. And at this point, guys, there's no oven. So we are going to form our cookies now. And then once we form them, you would just stick them into the refrigerator or into the freezer for a little bit, just so that they can kind of firm up more. You can see the finished product. It really sticks together well. And right after I formed these, I put them in the freezer for a little bit, and then I moved them over to the refrigerator, and they maintain their form really great. Okay, so our cookie dough is ready. So now what we're gonna do, so I chose to make these cookies a little bit bigger, on the bigger side, you can see, which they came out to just over 100 calories per cookie. You could definitely make them smaller if you wanted to. Making them bigger makes 20 cookies, and so I just used an ice cream scoop. So you get a nice ice cream scoop here. And unlike regular cookies, you don't have to worry about spacing them out. So you can see the size, and this is exactly the size that they will end up. They're not gonna grow in the refrigerator. So guys, we're just gonna scoop these cookies onto, I've got parchment paper on a cookie sheet. We're gonna place them here. And at this point, I like to dress things up and to make them a little pretty. And so I have melted down a little bit of the Lily's dark chocolate chips with a little bit of coconut oil. So again, guys, we're getting that chocolate flavor. We're getting, just a little special, fun drizzle of chocolate without adding any harmful sugars, which is really important. All right, I'm just gonna shape a few more of these. These kind of remind me of like Rice Krispie treats a little bit. There's something about the way the oats are in it. But yeah, guys, if you love peanut butter, this is such a simple, delicious cookie. It's a great one to send with the kids. Kids are always hungry. And they have, there's like little power bars and energy bars for kids, which a lot of those have a bunch of sugar in them. This is a great alternative to giving your kids, well, first of all, it's something that just tastes like a cookie, but then it's got those healthy carbs that they need, and it's got the protein, which unbeknownst to them, there's the protein in there. But they're not getting harmful sugars. They're getting carbs that are really gonna work for them, and they have the flavor they want, so everybody's happy. Okay, we're gonna make one more cookie here, and then we're gonna just drizzle a little bit of that melted Lily's over the top of the cookies, as well as sprinkling just a little bit of coconut. And guys, this is completely unnecessary step. It's just to make it look nice. So you can see my finished product here, it's exactly what I did. We just sprinkled a little bit of this unsweetened shredded coconut, just to give it a little pop of color and a little extra flavor there. Adding that. Okay, and then we've got just a little bit of melted chocolate. And so guys, if you want, doing a little drizzle of chocolate is fun. It looks nice. Something else that you could do would be to dip half of the cookie in the melted chocolate. And then whatever design you go with, stick it in the fridge or in the freezer until it gets nice and solid. And then you can move it over to the fridge so that when you serve it, it's not actually frozen, but sticks together and it's nice and cold. And it is a great, refreshing treat for a hot summer's day. Guys, if you would like to make this recipe, I highly recommend that you go to Truling.com to check out our proteins. So, we put the highest quality ingredients in here, but really we formulate for taste, and we formulate it so that you can use it in treats. Because guys, when you put high quality protein powder in a treat, the last thing you want is for your kids and your family to say like, this tastes weird, or I can tell these are healthy. And so we put so much into making sure that our protein doesn't stand out in a recipe like this. So when you bite into that cookie and when you give this cookie to your kids, they're just gonna say, wow, that's a delicious cookie. But guys, thank you so much for watching. Check out Truling.com for our dessert protein powders. And I hope that you try this recipe and have an awesome rest of your day. Bye guys.